Hi, good morning, one and all. Last class we can discuss about differentiation between arteries and veins. Now, basically, how the heart is regulated. That is regulation of heart. The heart is regulated by mainly by sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. Here, the sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system means the nerve system basically classified into two types. One is the central nervous system, another one is the peripheral nervous system. The central nervous system, they having a brain and spinal cord. Peripheral nervous system again classified into two types. One is the somatic nervous system, another one is the autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system again classified into sympathetic and parasympathetic. This is a sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Basically, mostly the sympathetic nervous system at what time it will be useful means when your body is in excitation conditions, when your body is in emotional condition. When your body excitation and emotional condition, which system will controls? Sympathetic nervous system is controls. Parasympathetic nervous system, when your body is in rest condition or when your body is in the digestive condition, that is controlled by the parasympathetic nervous system. I already said sympathetic nervous system at what time it will be useful? When your body is in emergency and excitation or active condition. Suppose when your body is in excitation condition, what will happen about your heartbeat? Heartbeat will be more. When heartbeat will be more, what will happen? The stroke volume is also more. That's why see, when the sympathetic nervous system will be releases, mostly which hormones is releases? Epinephrine and non-epinephrine. These are the hormones and also these are the neurotransmitters. And another hormone is the thyroxine. These all the hormones and the sympathetic nervous system can increase the stroke volume and decrease the end systolic volume and increase the end diastolic volume. Basically, for 70 kgs of person, this end systolic volume is approximately 50 ml. End diastolic volume is approximately 70 ml. Here, I already said when the sympathetic nervous system, the heartbeat is increases, the force of contraction and cardiac output is also increases. For parasympathetic nervous system, the rate of heartbeat is decreases and carbon monoxide level is decreases. It means not only that one, here it will be indicates a cardiac output and increasing of the stroke volume and decreasing of the end systolic volume. Now we can go for a problem for this questions next class. Now after that, last class I already said different types of portal system will be there. See, portal system, port indicates a connection between a major two organs, not with the heart. That's why the portal system begins with the capillaries at one organs and end with the capillaries of another organs. It is extend between two major organs, but it is not connected to the heart. It is very important. It is connection between the two different organs and start with capillaries and end with the capillaries. Now, first we can go for the very important portal system, that is the hypophyseal portal system. Hypophyseal portal system is a connection between the hypothalamus and the pituitary glands present in the human. Here, where this hypothalamus is present. Here, suppose you have to think this one is the brain. This is forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. In forebrain, they having a hypothalamus. Below the hypothalamus, they having a pituitary gland. This hypothalamus and pituitary gland is connected by a specialized system. The system is called as a hypophyseal portal system. What is the hypophyseal portal system? This hypophyseal portal system can transfer the hormones what is synthesized in the hypothalamus. Now that hormones is transferred into the pituitary gland through a system. That system is called as a hypophyseal portal system. That's why hypophyseal portal system can carry the hormones from hypothalamus to the pituitary gland. And another system is there, that is the renal portal system. This renal portal system is between the kidneys and lower parts of the body, but this system is absent in the humans. And another very important system, that is the hepatic portal system. Hepatic portal system is between the liver and intestine. Now this is present in the humans. See, this hepatic portal system begins with the capillary of intestine and end with the capillaries of liver. Here in intestine, totally the food is digested. The digested food and nutrients is transferred from the intestines to the liver through a hepatic artery. Here they having a hepatical vein. See, in this, the major vein is the hepatical portal vein. This is the hepatic portal vein. Here livers get that bidirectional pathway. This is one pathway, this is one pathway, that is the bidirectional pathway. Liver receives the blood from the hepatic portal vein and hepatic artery. This is the hepatic artery, this is the hepatical portal vein. That's why they having both hepatical portal vein and hepatical artery. Through hepatical portal vein, that can carry the deoxygenated bloods, and hepatic artery they having carry the oxygenated bloods, and whatever the food is digested from the intestine, that will be transferred from the intestines to the liver. Here some of the important points is there. You have to remember that important points. See, a vein with highest concentration of nutrients can be seen in the hepatical portal vein. A vein with the highest concentration of urea can be seen in the hepatical vein. Both are very important. Ornithine cycle takes place in the liver. See, why here the ornithine cycle takes place in the liver? Ornithine cycle is mainly useful for formation of urea. Urea is the excretory material in our body. This urea is eliminated from the body. That's why this ornithine cycle is mainly useful for the formation of urea. This process can be takes place in the liver. A vein with highest partial pressure of oxygen can be seen in the pulmonary vein. Why? Because there the oxygenated blood is first time enter into that pulmonary vein. A vein with least concentration of urea, that is the renal vein, that is present in the kidney. The kidney filters and eliminates the urea. Yes, the kidney filters and eliminates the urea. Next class we can discuss about that one. Vagus nerve. See, vagus nerve is the 10th cranial nerve. Totally for us 12 pairs of cranial nerves. In the 12 pairs, that is this one is the 10th pair of cranial nerve. That nerve is called as a vagus nerve. Vagus nerve is mostly present in the involuntary organs. Suppose when this vagus nerve is experimentally removed, what will happen? The heartbeat will increase continuously. Why? Because these nerves, basically I already said our heart is what type of heart? A myogenical heart. Directly the nerves impulse or conduction is not able to acting on the heart. Or if chorda tendia is removed experimentally, chorda tendia means what? The connection between the papillary muscles and with bicuspid walls and tricuspid walls, that connection is called as a chorda tendia. If I cut the chorda tendia experimentally failed, here the functioning is properly or it is will be failed. Now next we can go for disorders of circulatory system. In disorder of circulatory system, first very familiar BP, that is hypertension, that is indicates BP. The blood pressure is elevated in the arteries. When the blood pressure is elevated in the arteries, the force exerted by the blood against the walls of artery, that is called as a BP. That's why what is BP? The BP is means the force exerted by the blood against the walls of the arteries. Now this one is the arteries. The blood exert the force on the walls of arteries is known as a BP. Basically, the systolic and diastolical blood pressure is the normal blood pressure is what? Systolic pressure is what? How much? mg 120 mm Hg, and diastolic is 80 mm Hg. More than this, that is called as a hypertension. Blood pressure is measured in the bronchial heart. Bronchial artery indicates the near to the pulmonary region, that is in the lungs region. Blood pressure is mainly measured by a sphygmomanometer. It is an instrument. If this blood pressure is above 120 by 80, that is approximately 140 by 90, that is called as a hypertension. Suppose if a person leads to the hypertension, leads to heart diseases and also can damage to the vital organs, that is mainly by brain and kidneys. Hypertension is caused by over intake of salts or genetical disorders, and also with some hormones hypertension is get. That's why the person who are with the hypertension, better we have to reduce intake of salts. And another one, it is the common in most of the humans. And another one is the coronary artery disease, is very important. Coronary artery disease is also called as a atherosclerosis. Here, how this atherosclerosis can getting means, suppose this one is the blood vessel. In this blood vessels, it is mainly due to diet. In this blood vessel, when this calcium or cholesterol or fats or remain some of the tissues is accumulated here. When it is accumulated in this blood vessel, what will happen? This volume is decrease and formation like a plaque, like a clot. That's why formation of arteriosclerosis plaque, and this lumina of the blood vessel is what? Narrow. When it is lumina of blood vessel is narrow, what will happen? Here, reduce the blood flow to the tissues. When it is reduce the blood flow to the tissues, that condition is called as a ischemia. When it is reduce the blood flow, what will happen? When reduce the blood flow to the tissues, what will happen? Damage to the myocardial tissues. It means for heart, there is no proper supplying of the blood and proper supplying of the oxygen. Then it will leads to myocardial infarction. That is called as a coronary artery disease. Here, once it will be getting like this, totally different types of disorders will be get. That is the anginopectoris. Anginopectoris, the first symptoms is the marked by chest pain. How this chest pains will be getting means, deficiency of oxygen supplying to the tissues caused by ischemia. Why? Because here what I said, blood flow to the tissue is decrease. Blood flow to the tissue is decrease means basically who will carry the oxygen? Hemoglobin can carry the oxygen. When blood flow is decreases, oxygen carrying capacity also decreases. Why? Because to the tissues hemoglobin level is decreased. When hemoglobin level is decreased, oxygen level also decreases. It will be leads to the condition that is called as a angina pectoris. Now, this angina pectoris can be occurs in men's and women's in any age. More it will be seen in middle and elder age peoples, that is approximately 30 to 35 age persons. It is caused by same as that of high BP, cholesterols and diabetes mellitus for sugar patients, and those who are smoking, and non-necrosis of muscles. Next, heart failure. When this ventricles pumps insufficient amount of blood. Same thing, insufficient amount of blood is not able to pump, caused by ischemia. Same, what are the things will be happen here? Everything, if you get this one, compulsory you can get angina pectoris, compulsory you can get heart failures, also called as a conjunctive heart failures and a congestion of lungs. Why? Because the blood is not able to transfer properly to the all parts of the body, not able to transfer to the all parts of the lungs. At that time the lungs also leads to failure and it will be leads to death. That will be indicates the cardiac arrest. And arteriosclerosis, when walls of blood vessels become thick by the deposition of the cholesterol, what will happen? Elasticity is a decrease in the walls. When the elasticity will be decreases, result in the breakaging of the blood vessel, then it will be leads to death and the person is not able to pump the sufficient amount of blood. That will be indicates the arteriosclerosis. Next, heart murmur, it means it can produce some amount of sound. When this heart murmur, failure of the walls in the heart, some blood is leaked through walls. When this some amount of blood unexpectedly leaks through walls, a noise is produced by the vibration of that walls and they can make some different sound, that is called as a heart murmur. Conjunctive heart failure is characterized by the accumulation of the fluids in the alveoli. When this accumulation of fluids in the alveoli, there is no proper exchanging of the gases. At the time, the respiratory surface is decreases. The supplying of the oxygen to the body parts is also decreases. Insufficient pumping of the blood by the heart is also decreases. That is regarding to the heart failures.